I really hope this holds. Oh man, I wonder if that'll actually get hurt. Well, looks like everything's stable. Good. Alrighty then, I think we're pretty much ready to go. Let me just adjust the stream channel real quick. Alright, I think we're good. So, now that I've seen to that, greetings everyone, I am Dr. J. And earlier today I tried to stream this game, got through about half of this mountain of support conversations that still remain, and then my internet decided to go kaput. So we got halfway through the Leone and Ignatz support, where the short version is they were out hunting and somehow managed to both hit at the exact same point at around the same time. And so it was just a OMG, you're so amazing, no, you're so amazing bit. So, nothing too interesting to worry about there, apart from just, aw, how wholesome. So, with that in mind, we've got a few more support conversations before we get to what remains of the story. So, let's keep going. Hello, No Name.
I'm happy to have received a gift, of course, but what am I supposed to do with it? I don't even think Leone would have a use for it, but I suppose it couldn't hurt to ask. Hello, Leone. Are you meeting someone?
I'm meeting you. Per your request? Please don't tell me you forgot.
Ah, that's right. I have something to show you.
Wait, did you actually forget?
Ah, who can say? More
Really?
importantly, take a look at this. I don't need it and was going to throw it out, but then I thought perhaps you might have a use for it.
Throw it out? What a waste. I'll definitely take it.
Truly? I suspected you might say that, but still...
You gotta use things that are usable after all.
Despite the fact that it's been written on so much that it now has utterly fulfilled the destiny of all paper?
There's still plenty of white space. And even if it was packed to the gills, it'd still make good kindling.
There we go. There's the excuse.
In any case, if you don't need it, I'm happy to take it off your hands. Deal? Deal.
Also, it wouldn't be kindling. Kindling is the in-between to the actual main. What you're looking for is tinder, the stuff that lights really quickly and is useful for getting the kindling started so you can actually get the proper fire started. Come on. Whoever localized this does not understand what that means.
All yours.
Okay, now I gotta give you something in return. Let me see what I've got here. Well, looks like all I have is this dealie I picked up in the woods a couple days back. Thought it might make a good arrowhead, but it's too hard for me to flint knack properly.
That's a piece of an ancient relic. How did you even find such a thing? Yes, well, I will gladly take it. Incidentally, would you mind telling me where you picked it up?
Wow, you really want this, huh?
I do indeed, Leone. Why, this is a discovery worthy of canceling my afternoon nap.
Wait, those exist for you?
Somehow I doubt that's gonna happen, but, well, I'm happy if you're happy.
And you have done me a service as well, by taking an unneeded item off my hands.
It's funny how stuff like this works out. One person's trash really is another person's treasure.
That is because you and I are what I would call a special pair.
Care to explain that?
One might say the things that matter to us are completely opposed. Even among all of our comrades, you'll not find a pair more... well, except for... oh, and then there's... you know what? We aren't so special after all.
Bruh.
You are a very strange man, Linhart.
But special or not, our relationship is perfect for disposing of unwanted items. So let's keep it up.
Sure thing, buddy. Not that I have any idea what you're asking me for at this point.
Oh boy. Alright, relatively straightforward conversation. Fine by me. Alright. Slowly knocking down the list. Oh, perfect, I get this one. Been looking forward to this one for a while.
Wow, your painting is brilliant, Marianne. Oh, it's not anything special. Sure it is. I mean, especially since this is basically your first time. You're a natural. But me? I was born with a chronic lack of painting skill. And that's not true at all. I think your work is gorgeous. The sky and earth seem to leap off the canvas. Oh, you really think so?
Now that I think of it, why isn't there a conversation between Bernie and Ignatz? Ah well. Never mind me.
And what's more, I couldn't help but notice your ability on the horses we rode here. You overflow with talent, Bernadetta. Never doubt it. That horse thing is just because I'm a noble. They made me practice all the time when I was young. Though yeah, I've done a lot of riding both on and off the battlefield lately. You've really inspired me to be better. I would expect nothing less than such an effort from you, Bernadetta.
What's the pause for? What, have you just run out of things to talk about?
Say, Marianne, what do you want to do when this war is over? Well, if it were allowed, I'd love to go to a forest where sunlight filters through the leaves, and read a book while surrounded by small animals. Surrounded by animals? I mean, that's a lovely dream.
They're not... actually, you know what? It was the C or B support with Petra and Bernie in Three Houses where she tried to go hunting and a rabbit pursued her. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
What do you want to do, Bernadetta? I'll tell you, but it has to stay between us, okay? I'm, writing a story, and I'd like to finish it.
Oh, you actually... Wait, you're telling someone about that instead of having Sylvain find out? Oh no.
You are so very full of talent. I have such respect for you. Oh, it's not so much. But hey, I just thought of a new story. Okay, so it's about a girl in a remote forest who talks to animals and makes friends with them. Wait, isn't that... yes. I totally plagiarized your life. I just thought it would be fun to turn your dream into a story.
That line delivery was glorious.
It is a book I would very much like to read. Please do let me see it if you ever finish.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay, Bernie. Pressure's on now. I look forward to it. In that case, maybe you could actually teach me about the forest animals? You know so much, Marianne. Honestly, I'd love to just sit and talk about whatever with you. That sounds wonderful. And it's a promise. We'll talk each other's ears off. It is a promise indeed.
Alrighty then. That is acceptable. I am satisfied. And it looks like only 2 left. Nice. Be able to jump into the main story before too long.
Something fishy's going on. I hope they're not getting into trouble.
If it isn't little Hilda. Why the long face?
Do you want to know?
Ah, Balti.
You know, if Holst heard you were looking down in the dumps, he'd come flying faster than you can say overly attached.
Wait a minute, isn't this between Holst and Balthus? Why is Hilda here?
Of course, I won't be the one to tell him.
You'd better not. He's been acting strange lately. I'm actually starting to worry. Do you know what's going on, Balti?
Oh, me? Nah, how should I?
You're not using the usual camera angles for this one. When's Holst gonna show up and demand answers?
Well, the two of you have been hanging out an awful lot recently. Wait, don't tell me you've been corrupting him with your wicked ways. If I find out you're to blame for what's going on with him, so help me, Balti.
Take it easy, will ya? You've got the wrong guy. Besides, even if I was trying to use my wicked ways on him, which I'm not, what of it? You don't really think your brother would be swayed that easily, do you?
Well, he's being swayed by something.
Fair point. My brother can't stand anything that isn't honorable and just.
Then why is Balthus still standing here?
That's the truth. There's not a soul better at keeping people in line.
Also, this is a long time for Hilda and Balthus to be talking when... Well... Isn't this between Balthus and Holst?
Yeah, and if someone did try to corrupt him, he'd just beat them senseless. Then lecture them for hours on end.
And if by some chance he did give in, would you hate him?
Of course not. He's my brother, and I'll always love him no matter what. Not that I have to worry, since he's basically incorruptible.
Oh, my dear, precious sister. Is that what you truly think of me?
Oh, were you watching the whole damn time, Holst?
Ah! Holst! When did you get here?
I love you too, Hilda. Now come on and give your brother a big hug.
That small voice crack? Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Balti! How could you do this to me?
How could this happen to me?
Wait, Hilda, I can explain. There's a really good reason for this. Honestly, really good.
You set me up! He heard everything.
Look, Holst told me he's been really worried about you lately.
He's always worried about Hilda. What's your point?
I just wanted the poor guy to hear what you had to say, that's all. Now he knows how you feel, so he doesn't have to worry anymore. All's well that ends well, yeah?
In the background, Hilda casually withdraws Freikugel from whatever invisible leather TARDIS she's calling an inventory.
I am forever grateful, my friend. You have shown me the true nature of my darling sister's feelings.
What are you two so happy about? I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life.
And now they know it's genuine.
I'm sorry, Hilda. I was the one who talked Balthus into this. Please forgive this poor, misguided buffoon. Direct all your anger at me, along with your love.
You really are hopeless, aren't you?
He's your brother.
Nonsense, Hilda. For you are my hope.
What are you even saying? Fine, do whatever you want. Just leave me out of it.
And this conversation is why Hilda and Balthus don't have any supports.
Never a dull moment with those two.
Glorious. Absolutely freaking glorious. Oh man. That is amazing. I am quite happy to have seen that. Okay, let's chat. Oh hey James. Missed the last Fire Emblem stream? That's alright. It was early in the morning right after... It was and 12 hours away, because after the Metroid stream I basically went straight to bed, as I mentioned in that stream, so... Yep, not a problem there. So I didn't expect a whole lot of people, and I had a lot of conversations to get through as far as supports are concerned. So, no problems here, no skin off my back. So, this ought to be an interesting conversation. This is the one I really wanted to see.
There you are. What's going on? It's not like you to send for me.
I have something to give you.
Oh?
Well, this is new. What is it?
Here.
Flowers? Oh, I'm really surprised. I mean, you've never given flowers to anyone before, have you?
I had to ask some of our allies for advice, because I wasn't sure the best way to communicate my feelings.
What do you mean?
I'm really thankful that you're my captain, but also that you're my father. I've never really told you that, so I wanted to make sure you knew.
Ah, kid.
When I asked, everyone said I should give you flowers. Apparently that's what they used to do back at the Officers Academy.
And they still do it if you believe the game mechanics of this game.
I wonder what it would have been like there.
The Officers Academy, huh? You might have just been a student there if things had happened a little different.
Huh. I mean, as far as Gerald knows, that's correct.
Or who knows, maybe you'd have ended up like Alois and forced into giving seminars or something. Not that you're really qualified to be a teacher.
Alright, you're being a little too cheeky now, game. Stop it.
Anyway, these flowers did the trick, kid. Consider your message delivered. Though, to be honest, I kind of already knew. You might not give a lot away, but you're not completely unreadable. Sorry for making you think I had no idea.
That's all right. I'm just glad you know.
By the way, why'd you choose this kind of flower? Did someone suggest them?
No, I picked them out myself. I thought they were nice to look at. Calming, in a way.
Oh, they're special to you, aren't they?
You even like the same flowers as your mother.
Huh.
Can you inherit that kind of thing?
Well, how long have you got?
I used to give these to Citri all the time. I'd pull them out from behind my back, and her whole face would light up like the brightest torch you'd ever seen. Maybe this is how she felt whenever she got them.
I'll keep that in mind for next time. I want to see how this mercenary life of ours is going to play out, together. Those feelings are never going to change. And I'll do what I must to make sure you know that.
Thanks, kid.
Alright. Simple and wholesome. Thank you, game. I needed that. Alright, ready for misery! What else is chat up to? Just commenting on an enjoyment of Holst. Agreed. Holst is great.
Which battlefield are you headed to?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Best rank pretty much everything, so... Got all the loot in the universe, including some nice, pretty weapons. Some of which probably won't end up being used, but you know what? Here we are. I have no idea who we're going to run into as far as names are concerned. There was another Agarthan mage that showed up, but I suppose we'll see. Well, those are Slither and the Dark Mage, but either way, let's get into it.
Everyone, the Middle Frank Opera Company is at the town up the road. We have to get there quick!
Wait, Middle Frank Opera Company? Wait, that's Dorothea and Manuela's old group.
Wow, really? I never imagined they'd come all this way.
Wait a minute. What are they doing here? Don't they have their own opera house in the Imperial capital?
Apparently, they came to put on some shows after you signed that pact. Like, as a token of friendship between the Empire and Leicester. But now, the performers and their guards have volunteered to fight the bandits. They're working together with the local soldiers to protect the town.
You telling me that a bunch of Imperial opera singers just up and decided to fight for the Federation?
Do you not know Dorothea?
Well, the Middle Frank Opera Company does have quite a few passionate supporters, though it's likely more accurate to call them obsessed fans who go wild for their superstar divas.
You can call them simp. We're on YouTube. We can say that word.
I'd bet those fans are more than willing to go out and play soldier themselves as well.
I had no idea the opera could get people so worked up. But they're not going to be able to handle these bandits.
I heard they're fighting as best they can, but the battle's not going their way. Please, Your Majesty, we have to save them.
Yeah, Your Claudeness. I want to help those opera folks too. My sister's gonna be so excited when I tell her I met them.
Your Claudeness? Where did that come from?
What are you all being so formal for? Oh, I get it. This is all about meeting those famous singers. I swear, no matter how grim things get, you never let it get to you, huh? Not that it's a bad thing.
Are you sure about that?
All right, I guess we're gonna go beat down some bandits. Better not keep those divas waiting.
Alrighty, what kind of nonsense are we up against? Alright, evacuation shelter, huh? Aha! I knew Dorothea would be involved. I doubt they'd let us drag Manuela away from the Black Eagle route, but Dorothea? Oh yeah, they'll definitely let us drag her off. But why would we need to... She's an allied general. I don't know if... Well, I guess we'll see. Let's see. So build a bridge. Or seal... Let's see. Yeah, that's probably more useful in the long run, since that I've got cavalry that I can send ahead. Although with all of the barricaded walls, maybe not. Let's see. I've got room for one more. Slightly strengthen allies for period. Alright. Let's go with archer protection. That should do. Okay, with that in mind. So, let me get my list up real quick of support. Actually, first, let's assign who we need to as far as...
Who, me?
Okay, so we need to
Fine.
throw Happy
What's the
and
plan?
Leonie into the fray, huh?
Time to bring down our quarry.
Cool. So Shez comes no matter what. Let's see. Probably don't need two archers in play. Although, to be fair. Let's see, who do I swap in for you? If we've got Leonie in play, we may as well bring Geralt along too. Let's see. Who does Happy have support still with? I'm pretty sure I've unlocked most of them apart from well, all of the supports with Happy. I think the only one left there is Constance. Although, you know what? This is the main story battle. We won't worry about supports. So what are the next streams? I'm gonna be I'm still abiding by the usual schedule. So Wednesday Xenoblade, Thursday Fire Emblem, Saturday Metroid. Although, if ever I have time on Sunday, I'd like to just sit down with this every now and then. But apart from that, anything else? Honestly, there's not too much to worry about this time. So the only difference in the schedule this upcoming week is going to be... Oh wow, someone does it. Oh right, it's because of archers, huh? And unfortunately, she doesn't have the unfortunately, she doesn't have the archer repellent, so I suppose instead we can throw Holst into the fray.
I fight for what's right.
Yeah, may as well, just to get an extra swordsman into play. Although, the problem is she's our only good axe swinger. Heck, we'll have her in anyway.
Let's go.
Okay, so we can have Geralt and Leone tag along with each other. Yeah, that should be fun, as far as deployment goes. So, the only weirdness in the schedule this week is gonna be Saturday, as I'm gonna be off on a canoeing trip then, so I might have to do something a little different then. But that'll pretty much be the only weirdness. Let's see, if you're the one in command, then we'll go ahead and let you have the Brave Lance. Let's see. Pokemon Diamond or Fire Red? I feel like those are too different in order to really properly compare them, especially since they're different generations. I haven't played enough of Fire Red to really have an opinion either way. Alright, so you need the good tome. Alright, that's all the weapons seen too. So let's see, based on the kind of enemies we're up against, so you're good against axes, got the bow. Alright, I think we're good. I think we've got all of our bases covered, so I'm happy with this. Let's get in here.
Rescuing the townspeople is our top priority, and we need to help the volunteer soldiers too. Also, if you see any suspicious types lurking among the bandits, they might...
Initiating the operation.
Here goes.
Where to send
Got it.
everybody? Well, let's assign adjutants
Right
first.
alongside you. Here goes. I got you.
Weird that they're doing a
Let's
remix
do
of
this.
Tearing Through Heaven, because
Initiating the operation.
didn't expect that.
I'll help do those who slither in the dark. Be careful.
How many of these ruffians are there? I can't protect everyone forever.
Oh, Hanneman is in play.
Is that Professor Hanneman? We have to save him.
The evacuees are gathering here. On my honor as a noble, I will protect them.
Wow, I suck. You can reach him? Go for it.
My time to shine.
Oh wow, point blank volley did that much damage? Holy crap, I haven't even grinded Quaddle that much.
Ah, so you've come to my rescue. Thank you. Things were getting a bit out of hand.
Why are you so scared of the kingdom? They lose more times in 3 houses than not. Well, technically by that logic, everybody loses more in 3 houses than not. Because there's...
Let's see how...
But either way, it wasn't a matter of necessarily fearing them, it was a matter of just not wanting to fight them. Because, well, that was my first round in 3 houses. I am very attached to them. Well, and I missed with Night Kneeler. I am amazing at what I do. Alright, that should be enough to take out the Bow Knights. Or not. Alright, let's just... Wow, why can I not hit with this Night Kneeler? Thank you, Leone. Crack him open. That should be enough to take out the Bow Knight if it steps in, and it did. 1 down. Now, just to be sure...
Blade breaker style.
Really?
Then consider them broken.
Well, that was certainly close.
I'm on it.
And there's Manuela there.
Let's see how it goes.
And Dorothea. Actually, I need to send other people in that direction.
Not a problem.
Let's see, there's no special benefit over there, so we'll send...
All right.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Here I go.
Let's send you a bit ahead just to keep everybody
Much
spread out.
obliged for your assistance. Have you seen Manuela? She dashed off in pursuit of the bandit leader.
Boom!
Who are you? Why are you chasing me?
There we are.
I'm not going to let you steal from such vulnerable people. Stop, thief!
Professor Monroe's going after their leader. My turn. We gotta help her.
Carry the loot to safety and be quick about it.
No problem. I got it.
Well, I suck. There we are.
Stop right there. I'll never abide stealing from innocent people.
We could send soldiers to block the bandits' retreat. That should hold them up for a while.
Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's
Moving my own.
take a breather. All right, here I go.
Alright, so
Go stop
there
those
we are.
bandits. Don't
Oh,
let them
perfect,
take
and you
off with
have...
the stolen loot.
There we are. Cool. Oh, hey, Dorothea.
Please, lend us a hand. The opera troupe can't hold out much longer.
Dorothea, wait right there. I will not allow those vile criminals to lay a hand on you.
Wow, am I glad to see you. Now take care of these cowardly villains.
On it. Also, I need to
Let's
send...
try this.
Let's see, what can I send Claude after? Actually, keep him close to Dorothea to make sure she survives.
Bring it down. Changing.
Moving my own pace.
Okay, what's chat saying? Let's see. More attached to Golden Deer than I am to the kingdom. Find them to be too samey. Too many knights and too much of a focus on chivalry.
No, I'm
Well,
not him.
honestly, to some, I understand that, but that's kind of the point. Because a lot of it is very much focused on that, and that is sort of... Yep, and that is what I found interesting about it, is that it is the extreme of that, of people taking the idea and idolizing it to such a degree. So you'll have people like Felix who feel that they have to stand against that, at least verbally, even if they still find themselves entrapped by it, even in routes where, well, they don't actually stick around within the blue lines. Okay. Ah, crap, I'm taking too many hits. I win button.
Blade breaker style.
Find Nadelgard and Rhea to not be good long-term leaders, and Rhea and Nadelgard are very similar to that. Yeah, that's fair.
Take a breather.
Tear their leader limb from limb. Oh my, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me there.
Oh boy.
Shall we begin our attack?
Thank you, Violet. Oh, we're not done with you yet?
The double I planted turned out to be a stroke of genius.
Oh, right.
Now to take my leave while the taking is still good.
Alright, how do I want to deal with that?
I'm on it.
Actually, yeah, let's send Geralt after him.
Is he the real one?
Don't let him get away.
I think you've got a handle on everything here. I'll go tend to the injured.
What plan? Excellent.
Someone need the blade.
Alright, Geralt should have an easier time getting with this if he doesn't just miss everything on the entire battlefield.
I'm just a passing merchant. I'm not. It was worth a try.
No, it wasn't.
Not yet.
Oh geez, we attracted the attention of everyone. Alright, we'll just break everyone then. Ah, why does everything have to have ice in it? Alright, managed to catch him out. Wham! Alright, break these open. Oh geez, I don't think the game knew what to do with all of that. Down you go.
I should have stayed a merchant. The money came easier.
Good plan. Actually, we don't need to worry about that. Ooh, actually, go after that.
Let's. Should we switch?
Hey, I think I remember him. He's a merchant who used to visit Garrett Mock.
Someone need the blade.
Actually, now that I think of it, it would make more sense to send Shez in that direction instead of Gerald. Let's have him go capture strongholds instead.
I'm on it.
Especially since Shez can teleport.
Someone help me!
Alright, here I go.
Ah, great, stuff to pursue.
Alright, here I go. Let's try
Alright, what's
this.
chat up to? Let's see. Why do you think less people talk about Claude? I find him... and the most interesting of the lords.
Let's see how this goes.
I think the main reason is because, well, I mean, the most people seem, as far as I can tell, seem to talk about Edelgard, which makes the most sense to me considering that, well, wait, you? Are you with those who slither in the dark?
Kill that man and strip his bones of whatever.
Aren't you an Imperial dude? Or are you just with those who slither in the dark?
The south side of town is damaged as well. Let's get over there at once.
But
There's
the
still
main...
some people who've been left behind. We have...
Ah, crap, wrong direction. That's why you were going that direction. Now I understand. Okay, deal with them first.
to rescue them.
my own pace.
Yes, we must help before it is too late.
Alright. Let's knock him down. But anyway, getting back to the topic. So the main reason people seem to talk about Edelgard is because she is the primary subject that's on pretty much everybody's minds, which makes sense given that she's the one who instigates the conflict within 3 houses, and technically 3 hopes as well. So it makes sense that she would be the most talked about. And because you have such an extreme reaction,
Let's try this.
well, against Edelgard by Dimitri especially, that then leads people to think, oh crap, what's this guy's deal? Even if they're in the Golden Deer route, all of a sudden they're going, wait, what the hell happened to Dimitri? Why is he turned into an insane maniac?
My time to shine.
So that then prompts all sorts of questions. And unfortunately, because of that, Claude gets lost in the shuffle. And to be fair, he is an interesting guy. Plenty of intrigue to talk about there. And I remember that there was a lot of discussion, especially about Karn. You know, in a different circumstance, he might actually side with Edelgard. And lo and friggin' behold. Rip and tear, Hilda. Cool. Alright, where's the third? Alright, we're good there. Wait, why is Dorothea charging in after Metody?
Alright.
No matter.
My muscles always win the day.
The battle's probably not going to end with him, though, so let's not anticipate that. There we go.
Give them no quarter.
Wait, since when did someone start attacking our stronghold? Oh, well, that Bone Knight should be able to handle things. Oh, Manuela and Hanneman retreated back there, so we should be fine. Oh yeah, I should switch over to Gerald to make sure that the civilian's fine.
Blade breaker style.
Let's see, and Claude's also a breath of fresh air because he's focused on issues outside of Poland and trying to find a bigger picture. Yeah, and that is really the whole deal behind him as well. Because, given his perspective, he's someone who's used to being an outsider within Elmira, and because of that, he's very much focused on that. On trying to say, okay, how are people feeling like they're an outsider elsewhere? Is this something within Poland as well? And given that he'd also be naturally curious about how things are playing out within Poland, yeah, it makes sense for him to be involved. Is this actually Melody's end? Please say yes.
Somebody help. Please, don't leave me behind.
There's no way this guy's their ringleader. Now, where could those pesky Slitherers be?
Hey you! Boom!
Demonic beast on our hands. The fun never stops, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Cannot sustain any more damage. Take the beast down.
Alright, how dangerous is the beast? Okay, it requires swords, lance, and gauntlets. Okay, so send everybody but Claude after it, is what I'm hearing.
Let's see how this goes. Let's try this.
And then Claude, you can just clean up elsewhere. Actually, to speed things along.
Well, couldn't hurt.
Oh, I don't feel so good. Was the enemy's weapon poisoned?
Ah, great. Was it a venom weapon? I didn't see anything special there.
Dorothea's been poisoned? Yeah, that isn't good. We need to get her to the evacuee shelter on the double.
give him a chance to retaliate. So, you with me?
Alright, beast on beast. This should work just fine. Of all the three lords, I think Klon is the most charisma. That I'd probably agree with. Because Dimitri has the whole formal angle going, but that's about all he's got. Actually, if Dorothea's struggling, we'll send... Yeah, guard her.
The drawbridge on the eastern side. Let's use that to help Dorothea escape.
Oh, fine, run away from me as I'm about to hurt you.
Thank you. I'm sorry for causing so much trouble.
My word, it seems Claude was right to be concerned. Our attack seems to be effective. Keep this up.
Alright, did Claude actually get over there?
He's got some pretty big muscles. But I've handled bigger.
Alright, Claude, you're not moving fast enough for my liking. I'm taking manual control.
It hurts. This might be curtains for me.
Oh jeez, calm down.
Get across if we lower the drawbridge.
You're fine, Dorothea. Keep moving. If she actually dies, I'm gonna... Well, I'm not gonna laugh because that'd be annoying, but we'll see how it turns out. I better just puppy guard her.
Someone need the blade breaker?
Alright, let's not waste time on this one.
Then consider them broken. Your guard's down.
Alright, Claude, why are you not following her? Come on.
Let's try this.
Why do you think the Alliance was less affected by the Church compared to the Kingdom and Empire? Probably due to the nature of their government, because if I'm remembering my lore correctly, the Church and the Empire were pretty well embedded with each other as a result of, well, everything. Actually, does anyone have a healing spell? Actually, no, no, they don't. Crap.
So this is the scene where all hope seems lost.
Crap, I don't have anybody that has
Move at my own pace.
an actual healing spell. It's actually really bad.
It's my turn.
Oh, crap.
No problem. I get someone.
Dorothea, what the hell are you doing? Is a bug seriously gonna be the moment where... Am I seriously gonna lose Dorothea for a bug? Is that seriously what's about to happen? I'm gonna be pissed if that's what happens. Well, I'll keep my eyes on it.
Fell the beast, and it looks like the town scraped by as well.
All right, take it down.
Well, shit.
No, I haven't
Wow.
achieved my dream yet.
Well then, I guess I'm restarting. Shit. Okay, now that I know that, here's what I'm gonna do. Restart battle from the beginning? Yeah, that should be fine. But now that I know, we'll plan ahead. So what we'll do, in order to get around this, and in order to ensure that we'll be okay, what I'll do is I'll give Happy Physic. Or at least, yeah, I'll give her Physic. That way I can have her break off and focus on... Yeah, that should be fine. That way, when push comes to shove, I can send Shez to go follow Dorothea along, and then I can switch over, have Happy break away, and make sure that she stays fine. That should be enough to... In order to... Well, that should be enough to keep us on the up and up, even if everything goes haywire again.
Here goes. I got you. Got it. I'll fight along.
I'm on it.
Alright.
Yeah, let's do this. Come with me.
Let's see. Finish with your question from earlier? Sure. Give me 1 second to rearrange things real quick.
Let's see how the townspeople is our top priority. And we need to help the volunteer
Alright.
soldiers too.
There we go. Alright, so now I can get to it. So, because the Empire's founding was directly related to suppressing Nemesis and those who slither in the dark, well, the Agarthans at the time, so it makes sense that they'd be pretty well embedded within, that the church would be pretty well embedded and derive authority from them. And then, the kingdom also claims to draw authority from the kingdom as well. Well, the kingdom also claims to draw authority from the Church of Saros as well, so it makes sense that they would also be very closely linked. So it's just a matter of pretty much everybody being related. Well, in fact, I think they even say as much within the Blue Lions, well, within this game's Blue Lions route, is that they basically say outright, hey, everything, well, what is it?
So you've come to my rescue. Thank you. Things were getting a bit out of hand.
Yeah, because since the Rhea had a direct hand in that being formed as well. Although it does make me wonder why she'd let the kingdom be formed too, because you think that could be a point of contention. Why divide the powers like that? Certainly lends credence to Edelgard's idea that there's corruption or something like that. If indirectly. And...
no problem, I got it.
Moving my own pace.
Bam.
Okay, time to attack.
So, let's see, I wonder why Rhea let the Alliance be formed? I'm not sure, well, that is the real question, because maybe she didn't necessarily see it as a problem, because I think it might, because this is speculation, I don't know if this is actually the right answer. I do wonder if it's because she doesn't necessarily see the Alliance as a threat, if that makes any sense. Because the way that they've structured their government means that there's not really much they need to worry about as far as... what's it called? They don't need to worry as much about them going out of line because they're just going to end up caught in their own affairs, focused on their own territory, because they've just... it's a bunch of nobles vying in an oligarchy, in a sense, that are just... well, they're going to be so focused on their own matters that they won't have time to really influence much else.
I'm on it. What?
Take a breather. Have you seen my way? She dashed off in pursuit of the bandit leader.
Is anyone there? We need help!
Alright, let's rip them to shreds.
Not a problem.
Alright, that's why I remember sending Geralt down there.
Let's see how it goes. I'm
Actually,
on it.
here's what we'll do. We'll swap things around.
Let's see how it goes.
Although hopefully, yeah, maybe that's what I should have done to help guarantee things as well. I should have sent people in different directions to
Let's try this. Let's see how this goes.
open up the strongholds too. Maybe that was the other problem I had.
What good are nobles if they do not aid the common folk?
Who are you? Why are you chasing me?
Come on, follow me!
There we go. I doubt that'll knock out the War Master, but that at least gets the stronghold. Oh, it got out both. Nice. Alright, so you're at a disadvantage fighting those guys. So you go that direction. Actually, if that's the case, I can send Geralt to go deal with this while Shez...
no problem, I got it.
Actually, we'll focus on this first. Get in there.
I'm not going to let you steal from such vulnerable people. Stop, thief!
Professor Manuel is going after their leader.
That line delivery sounded stiff. It is no, it is the same voice actress. I recognized her. Alright, there's Dorothea.
Please, lend us a hand. The opera troupe can't hold out much longer.
Dorothea, wait right there. I will not allow those vile criminals to lay a hand on you.
Let's try this.
There we go.
Let's see how this...
Someone need the blade breaker?
Thank you. That was too close.
Carry the loot to safety and be quick about it.
My turn.
Oh, right, the subordinate bit.
Stop right there. I'll never abide stealing from innocent people.
So, you with me?
Alright, that should clean up these guys pretty easily since the chest is my most powerful unit.
I'll follow your lead.
Alright, that gets that bunch. Alright, you go intercept them.
I've got this.
Alright.
Take a breather.
Move at my own pace.
You could send soldiers to block the bandits' retreat. That should hold them up for a while.
Boom! This is what I should be doing.
Splendid. We have saved everyone.
All right, go stop those bandits. Don't let them take off with the stolen loot.
There we are.
What? No, I'm not him. You've got the wrong... Fine, have it your way.
There we go. Now that this is open, it should make it a little easier on Dorothea once the time comes for that. Now, let's open this thief up.
Glad to see you. Now take care of these cowardly villains.
Bam. Anybody else? That's what I thought.
Not a problem.
We got your stuff back. Serves you right.
There we go. Grab this. Just realized how much of my weapon I've used on most of these guys. There we go. Now you die. Let's see. Actually, how do you pronounce his name? Hayardo? Hilardo?
Oh my, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came up on me there.
Come on, follow me.
Let's see, I find it easier to talk to you in Xenoblade Metroid streams. That's probably because I'm not as distracted. At least in moment to moment.
My muscles always win the day.
This is Fire Emblem is very much comfort food for me as compared to, well, as compared to the rest.
The double I planted turned out to be a stroke of genius. Now to take my leave while the taking is still good.
Alrighty.
All right. Here,
Be the real one?
don't let him get away.
I think you've got a handle on everything here. I'll go tend to the injured.
I'm just a passing merchant. I'm not good. Always worth trying.
Alright, I should send someone else in their territory just to make sure we're good to go there. Alright, start breaking them open. Oh, you piece of junk. Oh, you are so getting the I win button. Send someone to open the gate. Can I open it now? Let's go find out.
I'm on it.
I'll probably want Gerald back there anyway. Oh, yes, I can. Shame there isn't one on the other side because I didn't take that strategic option. Maybe I should have done that instead of the other 30-point option. Then again, I suppose we'll see if it ends up being more relevant later.
Did you see that?
I just realized how ridiculous the Trickster outfit looks on women. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the color scheme that threw me off.
Came easier.
Sombrea as a ruler? I don't know what to make of her, honestly, because it seems that she seems to be... The impression I get is that she always seems to be terminally out of her depth. Or at least...
Let's try this.
That's the impression that she seems to give, although I could be wrong on that.
Hey, I think I remember him.
Or maybe that's just
He's a
perception?
merchant who used to visit Garrett Moss.
Someone need the blade breaker?
Someone help me!
Alright, citizens to deal with. Let's get
I'm
them.
on it. Let's see how it goes.
Let's try this.
Let's see, where's the other one? There's
Let's see how
one.
this goes. Not a problem.
Alright, we'll need someone to deal with that guy, so that should be fine. Alright, we got someone going to everywhere we need.
My time to shine.
Okay. So, there we go.
Kill that man and strip his bones of whatever you can find.
He comes off as someone who's lost touch with people, not understanding their troubles.
Damaged as well. Let's get over there at once. There's still some people who've been left behind. We have to rescue them.
Well, honestly,
We must help before it is too late.
well, honestly, for the majority of people, you could argue that that's, well, at least for a majority of even the nobility, you could argue that that's the case.
Stronghold will fall.
Let's work together. Yeah, good to
There
go.
we go.
Blame
Take
me
him
all
down.
you want.
And honestly, you can't necessarily blame Rhea for losing touch given that, well,
Let's see how this
given how old she is.
Move at my own pace.
At the risk of saying too much to people who don't know.
You're dead now, yes.
Go.
Why would anyone do something so horrible? You're about to get exactly what you deserve.
Blade breaker style.
And down you go.
Then consider him broken. I'm on it.
Save your breath.
Take a breather.
You'll need to scream as I tear you
How are we doing in time? Oh, we're doing great.
from your body.
Excuse me.
Wait, am I gonna get the Wyvern Lord in with that too? Alright, I'll take it.
Please, don't leave me behind.
Down you go. Who the hell are you working for then if... Because weren't you working... Although, to be fair, there's a lot of questions about who you're working for independent of anything else. Alright, Claude, you've got range, you've got owned mobility, go do
There's
something.
no way this guy's their ringleader. Now, where could those pesky slitherers be?
You think they'd honestly show themselves in this?
Give them no quarter.
How we go? Alright, the demonic piece is up next. Alright, you go down next.
The fun never stops, does it?
No, it doesn't.
The town cannot sustain any more damage. Take the beast down.
Thank you, Hilda, for doing all the damage. Stop blocking.
I'm so glad they're all right.
Not a problem.
I don't...
All right, here I go.
Alright, you two go after this.
Nothing these muscles can't do.
I'm on it.
Look,
Feels so good. Was the enemy's weapon always out?
Off we go.
Dorothea's been poisoned?
Actually, let's send you after the War Master that's going after our camp.
Evacuee shelter on the double.
Out of range?
There's a drawbridge on the eastern side. Let's use that to help Dorothea escape.
Nice.
Let's try this.
Guess we can have you just mop up stragglers in the meantime.
Someone need the...
My turn.
Thank you. I'm sorry for causing so much trouble.
My word. It seems Claude was right to be concerned.
Go. This guy.
Come on, follow me.
Woo! I'm ready. Now watch me flex. Did you see that? My muscles always win the day.
That's how it's done.
It's
It's
gonna
got
open.
some pretty big muscles.
You changing blade?
But I've handled bigger.
Didn't I tell Gerald to
Get
open this up?
across if we lowered the drawbridge.
There we go. Alright, real quick.
Our attacks look to be effective. Keep it up. I owe you one.
Abandon that.
Here goes.
Yeah.
Alright, go heal her. I'll deal with this creep. Assuming I don't get...
Thanks. I can't thank you enough.
Alright, and now that that's done, I'll have you just keep staying on her.
Let's
Let's see. Why did Rhea bar Fodlan from interacting with people from outside? Is that something that she directly forbade, or is that just something that she encouraged? I need to remind myself as to what the exact policy was. Because there's a possibility that she may just see Folin as special as a result of, well, everything else that's going on, but, well, as a result of, well, Soth is choosing to touch down there, but I'd have to go digging to remind myself. There we go. Alright, looks like I can have Shez divert. Wha-bam! Alright, Dothia's fine. Okay, happy you can rejoin Shez.
I survived.
My turn.
Thank you. I won't forget the debt I owe you all.
If you want to repay us, you'll need to heal up first. We'll talk more once we've taken care of the bandits.
This is a rather rare poison. But don't worry, Dorothea. You're in good hands.
Alright, so they've both left. Alright. So it's just Hanneman helping us to protect the stronghold then. Alrighty. Down you go. This should be the end of this one. Nice. Wasn't able to get the wind armor, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure I can only get 3 of those at once anyway.
We've managed to fell the beast. And it looks like the town scraped by as well.
I should have known these stunts would serve as little more than bait.
Oh! You're our target then, huh? I was wondering where you've been this whole damn time.
Right. Here I go. There's nothing these muscles can't do. I'm on it.
Alright, we need to kill a few more people just to be on the safe side, so we can send Geralt and Raphael in different directions.
Not a problem.
Let's see, Shez and Claude can make a beeline for Solon. Wonder if he'll have anything interesting to say.
Let's try this. Let's...
My name is Solon, and I am the savior of this beast-infested world.
Oh, mysterious mages, huh? And they're gonna bar our path, right? Yep, okay, crap. That's gonna make things fun.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Alright, take down the closest one for you.
Let's see how this goes.
And then you two can gun for the one that remains. Oh, you'll be able to make mincemeat of them.
There's nothing these muscles can't. I'm on it.
Oh, jeez. What is he armed with? Oh, okay, yeah. Don't go near him, man.
What?
There they are.
Looks like they finally slithered into the light. Those are the masterminds. Kill them all.
Now I know how they dragged us out for 15 minutes. Actually, I wonder what happens if I send Violet and Geralt over to Solon. I wonder how he'll react.
Fresh enemy soldiers are attacking the shelter.
Another one down.
Are you changing places?
So they've come. I swear on the pride of Leicester, I will defend this place.
Gotcha. Alright, the way's clear. So, who do I send in that direction?
I'm on it.
Alright, Geralt's not a good choice. Raphael is, though.
Alright, here I go.
Wow, that's a lot of people to defend. Get in there. I'm curious, though. Will you have any unique dialogue for Violet if I send him after you?
Initiate. Let's go, everyone.
Let's see. Okay, we took care of that bizarre wall. Now all that's left is to put an end to Solon.
Bring it down.
I will brook no interference from beasts. I must
What about me?
know how you came by those powers.
Okay.
Seems our adversaries know something about us after all.
That was expected.
It seems I cannot afford to tell.
Looks like I'm not gonna get anything special for Violet unless I repeat this battle. That's fine. Yeah, I find Aya to not be a good leader. She lets her emotions rule her too much. That's fair. Alright, let's hope that's actually the end of you this time.
So be it. Another chance will present itself ere long.
Of course.
He escaped! We almost had him.
Hey, at least we got the situation in town under control. Great job, everyone.
Oh boy. All the same.
Gone in a flash, just like 3 years ago. Was that dark magic? If he's got spells like that in his back pocket, I don't know how we'll ever catch him.
We finally found him again, but I still couldn't get any information out of him.
I wasn't able to get any answers either.
What did you want to ask him?
I have questions about what was done to my body. He and his associates performed horrible rituals on me, blood experiments. And because of what they did, my lifespan has been drastically shortened.
Lysithea.
Huh, you're actually saying it out loud now. Then again, given that we're so close and given that they've been messing with Ordelia territory.
The experiments took a great toll on my body and left me with a burden that eats away at my longevity. Tomas, or rather Solon, I thought he might know a way to reverse that.
I had no idea. We can't let him get away next time.
If we're not able to catch him, then I'd rather we kill him. At least then, he'd never be able to perform those atrocious experiments ever again.
I hear you, and I won't forget it.
I have a feeling we'll face him again someday. And when we do,
we won't let him beat us.
Alrighty then.
Solon looked surprised when he saw your powers. It was like he recognized something. I just don't know what.
Maybe it wasn't about me. Maybe it was about you.
What's the difference? Our destinies are one and the same. But if he does know me as you suggest, then it stands to reason that I would know him as well. Which is certainly possible, though I have no memory of meeting him before.
You think this means we really are connected to those who slither in the dark?
It's too soon to say, but I suspect we'll find our answer in due time. So long as the truth is what you really desire.
That's gonna make things complicated, isn't it? Alrighty then. Let's see how it plays out.
One step closer to my goal.
Not too shabby for an old-timer.
Not really what I was hoping for.
Ow.
Not my best moment.
Oh wow, even worse.
Still a long way to go.
Thoughts on Arvo? I don't know what to make of him yet. He seems friendly enough, but the fact that he seems to be a Garthan entity does have me curious.
That's nice, I guess.
I just don't know what to make of him yet.
That's what strength will get you.
That's unusual. Usually it's Shez taking the MVP spot.
Gotta get stronger.
Alrighty then. So how good's the sword? It's him with the crest of Regan. That's random. Well, if ever I want to make Klon into a sword master or a dancer, it's the Kanmo shield. Nullify armored effects. Okay, so it can stop that effect from rapiers anyway. Or an armor slayer, I guess. Although we're a little too far along to be having to worry about armor slayers. Or armored units in general. Although there are a few Great Knights around. Then again, we don't have any armored dudes right now, and none that are recommended to be armored
They have
dudes.
escaped. But I am pleased that we were able to rescue the songstresses from the opera company.
We didn't come out here just to save a few opera stars, Lawrence. We came to protect the town. Besides, those stars just ended up being Dorothea and Professor Manuela.
Just? You could at least try to sound more excited, Your Majesty. That's hardly a way to greet someone you haven't seen in years.
Sorry, no offense. I've never seen you two light up the stage, so to me, you're just kinda you.
Wow.
Well then, we'll have to remedy that. As soon as this war is over, we'll invite all of you to see us perform. If the opera company's still standing, that is.
All right, let's get down to business. I suspect the kingdom's getting ready to move in response to our retreat. I think it's time we head back to Deirdre and find out as much as we can about what they're planning.
Your Majesty, pardon the intrusion, but I must speak with you immediately.
An Imperial soldier? What's this about?
You're with the Imperial Army, right? What's going on?
I was sent by the Emperor of Adrestia herself, Your Majesty. She formally requests that the Federation dispatch reinforcements to her position.
Edelgard wants us to back her up? I was under the impression she had the Western Front under control. Wait, if she's asking us for help, then I bet she's not in Western Fodlan at all.
Correct. The Emperor is currently at Garrick Mach, preparing for an imminent assault by the armies of the Kingdom and the Church.
Wait, they're trying to reclaim Garrick Mach?
Huh. Can't say I saw that one coming. All right, tell Edelgard we're on our way.
How did they find the strength to repel Edelgard from Western Fargus, though?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Unless those who slither in the dark are trying to well... Okay, I'm gonna have to see how that plays out in the Black Eagle route, but still, I'm confused as to how they're able to pull that off. We had them on the ropes, too.
We just got back from Ferdiad, and now we're heading to Garrick Mach. Never a moment's rest, huh?
No time for it, I'm afraid. If we don't act quickly, more lives will be lost, and the end of the war will slip even further away. Plus, if our next battle's at Garrick Mach, there's a chance Rhea will be there. This could be just the opportunity we need. Can you go assemble the troops?
Just when I think I understand what's going on.
Golden wildfire. A symbol of the past.
Oh?
Claude's swift military actions save Ordelia territory from immediate danger. However, the Empire's situation has drastically changed. The Kingdom and Central Church are closing in on Garrick Mach, placing Edelgard at a disadvantage. After receiving a request for aid, the Federation army rushes to the scene.
I just realized they haven't played Between Heaven and Earth yet, have they? Or any remix from it, and I know one exists.
Edelgard requesting reinforcements from us. This is not a matter that we can respond to lightly.
Why? It seems pretty straightforward to me.
Hilda, do you truly believe that Edelgard would so readily put herself in our debt had she any other choice? That does not sound like the Edelgard I know. She prefers her debts flow in the opposite direction.
Huh. Sounds like you two have something in common.
I will not deny it. In fact, that is precisely what gives me such insight into her current predicament. Make no mistake, the situation must be dire if she feels we are her best option. Simply put, were we to refuse her, it may well lead to her downfall.
What are you getting at, Lawrence? You've got a real dark glint in your eye.
The Empire's regime revolves entirely around its current emperor. If Adrestia were to lose her, it would collapse like a house of cards.
Oh, I know what you're... Oh, geez, that's a dark thought.
I see what you mean. At this point, there's no one in the Imperial line who could realistically inherit the throne.
In other words, if we abandon Edelgard in her hour of need, the Empire will fall right along with her. Not an argument I expected from someone as self-righteous as you, Lawrence. That sounds more like...
It actually sounds like you, Claude.
It totally does. And he wouldn't even bat an eye as he said it.
It certainly does sound like him. Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, you're actually speaking up, go for it.
And Claude wouldn't even tell his own allies what was going on until it happened.
Hey, that's ancient history. Nowadays, we all plot our schemes together. We're doing it right now.
I guess that's true. Although maybe that means we're all turning into Claude a bit.
Oh no, everybody run.
How else do you explain what's happened to Lawrence?
The idea that I am somehow emulating Claude is preposterous. I am merely proposing what I believe to be the best course of action for Lester.
We can debate whether or not we've all become mini Claudes later. For now, let's hear what the king himself thinks we should do.
A battle between the Empire and the Knights of Seiros, with us being the factor that could turn the tides. We've been here before, haven't we? Last time, I chose to sacrifice Randolph in order to ensure our victory. And because I did, we got ambushed in ALL and barely made it out alive. I don't want to make that mistake again. This time, we're going to rush to Garrick Mach, wipe out the Central Church's forces, and take down Rhea herself.
Or something's gonna happen. I know there's 15 chapters plus 2 more once you recruit Byleth. I know something's gonna happen.
That's the plan that will put an end to this war with as little bloodshed as possible. That makes it the best option we have. Yes, we're effectively rescuing Edelgard. But hey, we could do worse than having an emperor in our debt.
That's fair.
If that is what you deem best, you will hear no objections from me.
Yes, I find the plan satisfactory.
I got no complaints either. Let's get going.
Sounds like we're all in agreement on this one.
Just give the word, Your Majesty.
Right. We march on Garrick Mach to rescue the Imperial Army. Prepare to move out immediately.
Alrighty, lucky us. How's the battle map look? Ah, pretty much just a straight line, eh? Where's Garrick Mach and all that? Very end, huh? You're gonna make me work for this one. Okay. I'm gonna have a lot to look forward to then as far as grinding is concerned. Alright, be right back, chaps. I need to check on something real quick. Alright, I think we're good. Sorry about that, chat. Okay.
Let's give this a try.
I'm using combat arts and magic a lot. Let's go with this.
I'll make it so.
One step at a time.
Nice. Not that I need more support points between Shez and Byleth, but here we are anyway. Okay. Arval lost for words. What is this sorcery?
Huh?
Something the matter, Arval? You're oddly quiet.
No.
I know there is nothing to be done. I know that. And yet, I still have this nagging feeling that things cannot continue in this fashion. I wonder why that is. No idea. Guess we'll find out before too long. Does this mean I'm going to have to face Edelgard after all this time? The absolute last thing I want to do is go to Garrick Mach. I wonder if I can get out of it somehow. I don't really want to feign illness, but... oh boy. Thoughts on Holst? I like him. Pretty much what I expected him to be like from how he's described in Three Houses. Our next battle's at Garrick Mach, huh? That's quite a ways away. We fight one battle after another and then drag ourselves halfway across the continent. It's gonna be hard to keep this up.
Right.
And yet, no one's deserted. I think it's all because we all believe in King Claude.
Good day to you. How may I help you?
Do you have need of me? Perhaps you wish me to aid you at Garrick Mach? Feel free to use me as a decoy, or make me pretend to surrender. Wait, that's a war crime. Or have me sabotage them from underground. I care not what I do. Wait,
What?
Sabotage? Are you plotting something?
Can I be of use?
Not really. I just have a talent for destruction, after all my failed experiments. Oh boy. Here we go again.
Did you know?
I'm still hesitant to say Lady Rhea is outright evil. But that doesn't mean I approve of her methods, considering how divided each region has become over the faith.
Oh.
I wonder what the goddess thinks of this war as she looks down on us from the heavens. I don't know. I'll have to ask her if I can.
Do you have a spare moment?
Thank you so very much for saving the townspeople. I hear you're off to Garrick Mach next. I'll be praying for your safety. Hey, Ash.
Can we talk?
I'm sure you noticed when you fought him in the capital, but His Majesty is really strong. Without a doubt the strongest warrior in the kingdom. I don't know if I'd be able to defeat him in battle.
Let's see.
There's no need to force yourself to fight him, especially since you don't know if you can win.
I don't think so.
No, I can't avoid him. I'm a member of the Federation Army now. This is going to be a tough battle. Take care of yourself, Shez. Oh boy. Also, why are we letting someone that looks like this in camp? It didn't work out so well last time. Let's see, thoughts on Claude after 3 hopes? It doesn't seem like they've taken too much away from this characterization, although I'll have to mull over that a little more before I can give more of a defined answer. I can hardly believe Edelgard is counting on us to save her. I'm honestly happy to hear that. It means she trusts us, that she considers us her friends. Yeah, it feels good to be relied on, even if she had no other choice. Doesn't it? I just want to help her, regardless of all the political nonsense. I was so relieved when Claude said we were going to Garreg Mach. A happy old class reunion. Oh god, it's gonna be the rematch of the Eagle and Lion all over again.
Come to think of it,
A lot of mercenaries who work for the kingdom have ditched their contracts. Everyone's pretty sure they know how this war will end up. A mercenary won't last long if they don't pick up on subtle shifts like that. The Imperial Army is taking control of the situation in Southern Rim for us, since that isn't part of our territory.
To be brief.
That should take care of all the bandits, so we can rest easy for a while. And yet still we haven't been able to pursue them all that much.
so I've been thinking.
Cordelia suffered major losses in the recent attack. The town was destroyed, and many lost their homes and businesses. A fair number of townspeople don't know how to get by. It's most certainly a terrible state of affairs, but it could also turn into a business opportunity. What do you mean? Exactly what I said. It's important to give new jobs to those who have lost theirs, yes? So they may as well come work for me. The pay is very competitive, if I do say so. Why are you like this? But I know Lysithea would be furious if I go overboard, so I plan to keep my activities in check. I'm sure. I can clearly trust you. Garreg Mach smack dab in the middle of Fodlan, right? I know it's got historical significance, but is it really worth sacrificing so many lives over?
Let's see.
It's a huge building, probably with some crazy catacombs underneath. Who knows what kind of secrets might be hiding down there? You think so too, huh? There definitely were some suspicious passages beneath the monastery. Just a freaking few!
Greetings, friend. Nothing to report.
Greetings, Commander. Nothing to report. Sounds like our bandit problem is no more. I hear you're off to Garreg Mach next. I wonder who's guarding the monastery gate now. Maybe it's my little brother. He's in the Imperial Army, you know. Yep. As always, the gatekeeper stands watch. Even if it's a different gatekeeper, there will always be gatekeeper. Death, taxes, gatekeeper. That's how it works.
Hey, you have a moment?
I'm still a believer in the Church of Saros. I don't doubt the goddess exists. But when it comes to doctrine and faith, I've always been a firm supporter of the Eastern Church. I respected the Central Church as the governing body of the Eastern one, but that's all. Most believers in Leicester are either like me, or don't have a strong sense of faith to begin with. Though I imagine everyone considers Garreg Mach sacred ground. See, in this timeline, most people think the kingdom is doomed. That's probably a fair assessment given how things have been turning out. We'll see whether that ends up being true. It's strange to think that we're going to rescue my father. I really don't want to go, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. I don't know what you've got against him, but just hang in there. I'll be right there with you.
Right.
Thanks. I'll pull myself together in time for battle. No pressure, no pressure there, Bernie.
Hello there.
My grandparents and Ordelia are safe. They managed to flee to the church. That's good. Their house got wrecked, but we can always rebuild. What's most important is that they're alive. I want to do something for them once the war is over. Alrighty then. Hey, Holst.
So it's you. Let's talk.
The bandits may have devastated Ordelia territory, but that's a problem with a simple solution. Now that we're the Federation, the king can take the matter into his own hands and aid the reconstruction effort. Naturally, I fully intend to lend a hand myself. Yeah, lend a hand. Wow, I can't speak. We are neighbors after all. No pressure then. Nobody in here? Nobody in here.
Hi.
Leone?
Hey there.
The captain's having a pretty in-depth conversation with the Ashen Demon over there. I'm a little put out he didn't include me, but I'm not gonna sulk about it. It's not my place to butt in on family discussions, even if I am his first and greatest apprentice. So it is known that the Ashen Demon is Gerald's kid? Although, actually, yeah, that would... I doubt that Gerald would hide that, to be fair. I don't have the faintest sense of what's right, of who's right in this war. But one thing is clear. Anyone who would use bandits to cause a disturbance like that is evil. It's a shame their leader got away. We'll have to put an end to him sooner or later. At least that tells me that Edelgard has been doing a poor job of keeping him in check. What about the Abyss Keeper? He's alright.
You've gotta be kidding.
Count Cordelia must have been born to suffer, I swear. He got pulled into the Grim Rebellion, then got knocked around when the Empire invaded, and now he's been ruined by bandits. If a person's life is supposed to be a balance of good and bad fortunes, then the Count's gonna be sitting pretty for the rest of his life, and even then it'd hardly make up for what he's been through.
What do you think?
What about you? You think your life's been pretty balanced? Me? I've dealt with my fair share of bad luck, but I've had a lot of fun too. Though I honestly doubt anyone's life is perfectly balanced like that. No perfectly balanced as all things should be. Hey, Petra.
Excuse me. We must speak.
Since the Empire and Federation are having a new relationship, I am thinking Bridget will be playing a larger role. When relations between two regions can easily shatter, a third one takes importance.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's true. Bridget may have to act as an intermediary. Yes, in the past it was the Empire, Kingdom, and Alliance that was keeping the peace. I am hoping that in the future, Bridget can be taking their role. I suppose we'll see what happens. It is a possibility, though I don't know if it's a strong one.
Hey!
We fought a bunch of battles and lost many comrades since the Federation hired us. But I'm gonna survive this war. Then I'll kick back with all the gold I've made and settle down with a nice partner. Good luck, man. Who's in here?
Got a minute?
Have you heard about how Lady Rhea is actually ridiculously strong? Apparently these bandits attacked her one time, and she took them out in the blink of an eye. But I think that's all a bunch of nonsense. I mean, look at her. She's so skinny. If only you... Oh god. Will she go full Immaculate One? Oh god, now I'm afraid to actually go through this. Oh no, that could be a really interesting final boss if she ends up being the final boss. That could be very interesting, in fact. Looks like we're swooping in and saving the Empire from a crisis. I predicted this would happen when we formed our alliance, and now here we are. I don't feel any personal obligation to help them, though. You better watch what you say, Shamir. I don't really mind, but other people might not take it so well.
Right.
I know that. I'm only telling you because you're someone I can trust. No pressure, then?
I see. That's concerning.
So we're finally facing off against the Church. I thought I'd already prepared myself for this when we invaded the Kingdom capital, but... I admit, I'm a little hesitant about fighting old comrades. I would be too. Huh. What are you three talking about? Edelgard may need our help, but we don't actually have to answer the call.
Hey there.
I don't know what the right decision is. Lawrence, do you seriously have no opinion on the subject?
But of course.
It does not particularly matter to me, though if we betray her trust, we will likely face consequences sooner or later.
Huh.
Then why'd you even suggest betraying her in the first place? Because eliminating the Emperor who started the war is one way to ensure it ends. Therefore, I decided the option was worth considering. My own preference would be to save her. Edelgard was a fellow classmate after all. Well, that same logic can apply to Dimitri, but we haven't made an alliance with him yet. You do Claude, you and I are the same person. Man, I sure do miss our academy days. I remember the mock battle. Even Shez joined in on the fun. That is right. And afterward at the banquet, everyone celebrated together, regardless of house. We had nothing but praise for each other back then. Maybe I'm naive for thinking this way, but I still don't see them as truly our enemies. Well, that's a fine opinion to hold. I don't want to fight my boys in blue. I like the Blue Lions. I figured we'd have a joint operation with the Imperial Army at some point, but I didn't think it'd happen like this. Maybe the Federation should take this opportunity to seize control of Garreg Mach. I heard the Bishop of the Southern Church is there now, but he's just an Imperial noble, right? I wouldn't want someone like him sitting at the head of the church. I'm surprised he's still alive, honestly. Can we kill him? Will you let me kill him? A letter addressed to the Bishop. Not just my wife Claudia who called the meeting, but all women of House Daphne seem to possess the same capable bravery and strong disposition to be renowned as hero. You two are no exception. Who could have imagined the Eastern Knights dissolving when Leicester is still so far from peace? Of course, many of the lords understand your thinking and went along with the decision. At the same time, you cannot ignore the serious concerns that many have. You proclaimed that you would abandon the sword, but it would be premature to abandon your shield as well. We write to you with a suggestion. Let the Knights of our household become the Eastern Church's shield, in place of the dissolved Eastern Knights. If you would accept this arrangement, I believe you would avoid an awkward inquisition from the Archbishop, who has taken some issue with your way of thinking. Additionally, my wife, who considers you a sister, has been very concerned about you. For that reason as well, I hope you will consider my offer. Blessings of the Goddess upon you. Hans von Nilsson. Nilsson sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember where I've heard that name within this.
Oh.
As maddening as it is, we have no way to fight those who slither in the dark so long as they remain in the shadows. Which means all we can do is try our best to put a halt to their ambitions. If their aim is to throw Fodlan into chaos, then the best way to stop that would be...
What do you think?
To hurry up and end the war so Fodlan can be at peace, right?
Right.
That is part of it, but simply ending the war won't be enough. We need to reform our systems of power so that peace is sustainable. That's the only way to ensure they won't meddle with us again, and that the same tragedies aren't repeated. I'm not sure how we get that in this timeline, but here we are anyway. Hey, Dorothea.
Hello, you.
I joined the Federation Army to repay my debt to you all, but... It's fortuitous that we're going to rescue 80. Let's hurry to Garreg Mach, okay? I'll be counting on you, Shez.
Right on.
Yeah, everyone's really glad to have a songstress like you on board. We're gonna save Edelgard for sure. Am I really all that useful? I'll endeavor to do my best. Glad to have you. Now, what are you two talking about?
That makes sense.
So that's why you quit the Knights?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also why I'm trying to avoid Lady Rhea as much as possible. Huh? Sorry, am I interrupting?
No way.
Nah, don't worry about it. It wasn't important. Anyway, you feel like you're ready? This is gonna be our toughest battle yet.
Okay.
We'll show them what Gerald's mercenaries are made of. So in this timeline, Gerald lays it bare. Although, to be fair, he was willing to lay it bare in the Three Houses timeline, it's just he died before he got a chance to.
I see.
I'm so relieved King Claude decided to come to our aid. He may be our ally, but he can be a tough guy to read, which is both good and bad. I see a lot of similarities between him and Lord Hubert, actually. In the sense of always having a plan and being hard to read, yeah, I can see the comparison, even if the disposition is entirely different.
Be the difference between victory and defeat.
Alright, I'm not terribly concerned about class level at this point, so I think I'll probably just focus on support conversations. Although, let's only... You know what, I'm probably good to just do this arrangement once, just to keep things going. Just to knock off at least one of these.
I'd probably do better on my own, actually.
A new power, is it? Excellent.
Alrighty then.
Can be the difference. We can't wait to see how you do.
An award is available. What, was that for maxing out a particular class? Possibly.
Well, how'd it go?
Oh man. How do you get all of these? What are all the achievements? Okay, so basically max out everything. Buy a metric ton, spend a metric ton of stuff. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that I haven't
Any result's a good result.
fully fulfilled. Either way, I'm not too concerned about all that. I did see that the Chalice of Beginnings was one of the rewards at the very bottom, which, holy crap, that's
Can you
insane.
make yourself useful?
But either way, Do you think it makes sense that Claude joined with Edelgard? Some people are angry. I think Claude and Edelgard teaming up makes sense. Yeah, after seeing that play out, I'm kind of glad that I chose the Golden Deer route first so that I could actually explore the topic. Because in thinking about it, I think there is enough logical consistency to where you can say, okay, I can see what would have led that to occur. Because you have instances such as... Let's see, what would be a good example for that? Because you have the fact that they are after similar aims. The fact that they're both trying to remove the influence of social status on people's lives. They're just going about it in very different manners. And their focus is on different factors. Claude focusing on ensuring that no one feels like an outsider, while Edelgard is trying to de-emphasize the crest system and the nobility that's propped up by it. So they have similar aims, even if they're not the same aims. And because of that, it makes sense to me why they would join up in the right circumstances. The difference is in the Three Houses timeline, Claude didn't have 2 years to see what Edelgard's reforms would mean from a practical standpoint. And the first notion that a war was even coming was an attack on the Holy Tomb that was unprovoked and unwarranted. And then the declaration of war is made about how they're the corrupt ones after Edelgard has taken on the mantle of the Flame Emperor and been involved with those who slither in the dark. Which then means there are demonic beasts in her army, even if they don't know about those who slither in the dark. So, cast them aside and give Claude a chance to see what Edelgard's up to, and potentially take away important connections like between Claude and Cyril. Yeah, it makes sense to me why he'd go along with it. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's see. You two need to work on your race support.
Counting on you both.
I am confident you'll be impressed with my efforts.
Sure, I'll help.
Excellent.
We all must do our fair share.
Alright, that should be enough to move that along. Given how many support conversations there were last time, maybe I should end the stream with a few as well. How many remain? Let's see. Oh, the one with Claude opened up. That's new there. What else opened up? Ah, the one with Hilda and Linhardt. Ah, well, I can explore all of that near the end of this and then take note of all that. First and foremost, let's see what's new here. Alright, there's Anna. Do we have a new paralogue? Under the Protection of the Golden Deer. By Scythia. Another bandit attack in Ordelia? Oh boy. Former Count Gloucester pays Lysithia a visit. Why would he be visiting? Well, either way. Let's go ahead and get the main story point, then we can worry about paralogs and all the rest. Why is Edelgard hated? Honestly, I'm someone who thinks that in the Three Houses timeline, Edelgard's actions are morally wrong. And I think that's probably the main reason, is that for the majority of people who play this, Edelgard is the villain. And not without reason either, because she effectively... Because in whatever route you take, there are absolutely cases where people are demonstrably worse off as a result of the current system of government. And because of that, it makes sense to me why there would be... So, because of that, there are questions and aspirations and all sorts of discussions surrounding that. And then, but the problem is that Edelgard then comes in with a sledgehammer saying, okay, we're not going to wait around for this to solve itself. We're not going to debate. We're just going to go in guns blazing. And I think that threw a lot of people off. Because all of a sudden, wait, why are we going so hard to the paint with this? This doesn't seem like a wise idea. Are you sure that you're on the up and up? Wait, you're working with all these other people and have been acting super underhanded this whole time. What are you doing? Because even if she doesn't agree with those who slither in the dark, she does see them as a necessary evil in that timeline. I would call her a tragic villain. I think that's the word I would use to describe her. She is someone who motivation is perfectly understandable. I understand why she reached the conclusion she did. And I don't necessarily disagree that there is corruption within Fodlan in general that does need to be answered for. The problem is, I strongly disagree with her methods.
Admit it, but we have to run. Don't fall behind.
I'm not one to take on a hopeless fight.
Crap, I am letting you make mincemeat of me. Have this!
My turn.
There we go. I have 1,000,005 warriors I need to deal with, huh? That was rip and tear.
What's next?
Go Balthus.
Let's get this up. Starting.
Alright, you have an advantage against these guys. So I don't have to worry about that.
It's my turn.
Retreat!
That turned out well.
Why did this commoner stop? What? How good is Light Strike? Okay. Not amazing, but it works. Why'd that guy stop there? Oh, well, we can at least knock out this trickster. Let's see, I don't see her as a villain, more of an antagonist. She's not evil. I feel villain is too strong a term. It might... I disagree. I do believe that I think she has fully justified it to be concerned about how things are going in Fodlan. I feel that she is fully concerned to be... Well, she is fully right to be angry with the church and all that fun stuff, but... I don't know. The fact that she sides with a known evil... Arguably, you could argue that she didn't have much of a choice but to side with that evil in the Three Houses timeline. But even so... I do wonder about that. Alright, we need to deal with these guys. Okay, Lawrence. But the fact that she does act underhandedly is something that is absolutely worth mentioning. At least within the Three Houses timeline. That's something I feel can't be ignored.
Getting better every minute.
I would expect no less from one of my classmates.
Why aren't you moving?
Got it.
Oh well. Go ahead and capture this while we're at it.
Too easy.
Why aren't they retreating?
All right, take it down.
Why isn't anyone retreating?
Retreat!
Now, I'll just keep ripping into them until they die. So why aren't they retreating, though? I wonder when their allies reach their destination. But what's stopping them right now? Oh, I have to defeat 500 enemies to make them advance? Oh, okay. It's kind of random, but okay.
We'll give it a go.
Alright, that thief will probably be more geared toward... If it's a thief, it's probably a swordsman.
It's my turn.
I'll do whatever it takes to survive.
Alright, let's go get him.
This far.
You did that all by yourself? That's incredible.
Get him!
Follow my lead.
Then I'm not holding back. You weren't ready for me.
There we go. Down we go.
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
And we grab that, call it a day. How are we looking? Oh yeah, we're doing fine.
I don't know how long I can hold out. Help me, please.
Alright, who should we order
Let's
down
get this
there?
operation underway, shall we?
Yuri, huh? Ah. Ice is the worst.
Our time has finally come.
Alright, this immortal savant that needs to die. I guess for fun we'll just rip this guy apart.
Got it. Time.
My turn?
Probably best to hold this position, right?
No mercy.
Down you go. Alright, that should kill you. Not quite, actually.
Time to settle up, Yuri.
Alright. Ever played a Tales of game? If not, I recommend this area, Berzia, and Essenzilla. I hope I'm pronouncing those right, though I've not played the Zillia games. They're PS3 exclusive.
We're here to assist you.
I have not played any of them, so I know basically nothing. Apart from the names. Although there's a lot of games that I need to eventually play, so I never know where I'm going to find enough time for everything. Especially when Fire Emblem takes me this long just to get through one game. Too many good things to check out. Too little time. Alright, down you go. That should knock him out. Not quite taking out the Mortal Savant, though, huh?
Capturing this now.
Well, that's what the second one's for.
Not be a first-rate
Can't wait for the Xenoblade 2 stream.
step closer now.
I don't know how soon I'll be playing Xenoblade 2 after the first, but we'll see. I'll need something to keep... Well, I'll need something for the Wednesday slot, because that'll probably be the longer... That'll probably be the longer games anyway. We'll see how it turns out. Heretic Stone, that's new.
Good, but not enough.
Kill.
Well, I certainly can't complain.
Neither can I.
A hard life sharpens the senses.
Nice. Wait, what was that? Nullify what? Yeah, I'll have to check later. Speaking of which, I don't think I have messed with any of the skills for a while, because the fact that you're given, what, 10 or 12 after you're finished upgrading everything, I haven't had to worry about it that much. Alright, let's see what the story point is.
Hey, thanks for your help back there.
What did I do?
You helped get everyone on the same page. I appreciated the backup.
It would have ended up like that even if I didn't say a word. Like I said, we're all turning into you.
Yeah, I still don't know what to think about that. But if it's true, then you probably deserve the credit. You've done a lot to keep our little team unified.
I don't know if I've really done all that much. If anyone should be grateful, it's me. If I ended up on someone else's side, I'm sure people would have gotten all suspicious about my powers. They'd probably think I was their enemy.
I don't know about that.
But here, I'm just part of the team. You all really make me feel like I belong.
I get that. I felt like an outsider my entire life. But our friends are a pretty open-minded bunch. They even accepted Nadir with open arms. That's exactly the sort of world I dream of. A world where nobody is branded an outsider. Where anyone and everyone is welcome.
Life would be a whole lot easier if that's really what Fodlan was like.
But the church preaches a very different vision. They use social status to justify prejudice, and have no tolerance for those who come from anywhere else, or who don't believe in their teachings.
And that's why... Oh, imagine how different your perspective would be if you had seen Cyril in this timeline.
There's good there too, of course. But I want to wipe the slate clean and start over. It's ambitious, to be sure. But can I count on you to continue fighting by my side? To help me make my dream a reality?
Absolutely. At least until the war's over.
Wait, that's it? You're just gonna up and leave as soon as the fighting's done?
Who knows?
Alright, I'll leave it for now. But don't think you're off the hook. We'll pick this up again when the time comes. Anyway, we should press on. I'm sure Edelgard is awaiting our arrival with bated breath.
Probably. Plenty for her to worry about in the meantime, so best not to keep her waiting too long. Anything worth grabbing while I'm out here?
Wait a moment.
Ooh, yes.
Hey!
Increase their support points. Huh. I've done a lot with Raphael. Oh, perfect. Go with that. Can't crack that open yet? Alright, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go ahead and run the paralog now. Run the paralog, see to the support conversations we unlocked, and then call it a night. Although if it's just Lysithea, who else is going to be dragged into this?
It's me,
Lawrence?
Count Gloucester. Lysithea von Ordelia.
Ah yes, please come in.
Thank you. Count Gloucester, I have come here in my father's stead, and must return to the front line soon. But I wish to formally apologize for any trouble caused by the recent events in Ordelia.
Oh, but my domain was left largely unharmed. In fact, if anyone is apologizing here, it should be me. I knew full well what was happening in Ordelia, yet was only able to dispatch a small force to aid you.
It is only natural that a house should prioritize the safety of its own domain. And besides, House Gloucester is tasked with protecting the crucial Great Bridge of Myrden.
Your understanding is appreciated. But for me, I fear this also has a personal component.
What do you mean?
It is true that I could not abandon the Great Bridge, yet your father has been my compatriot for many years, and I view him as a true brother-in-arms. Had something happened to him, I would never have been able to forgive myself.
I had no idea you held my father in such high regard.
I have always felt I owed him far more than I was ever able to give.
And what do you owe him exactly?
My lord, you have a messenger from the Federation army.
Send them through.
At once, sir.
Sorry to barge in like this.
Oh boy.
What do you want?
Oh, hey Lysithea. I didn't know you were here, but it actually saves me some time.
You are the mercenary captain who reports directly to His Majesty, yes? Has something happened?
A town south of here has been overrun by bandits, down in Ordelia territory.
What?
And here I had hoped all those rogues had been suppressed.
Agreed.
It's just a ragtag group of anyone who managed to avoid extermination at the hands of the Federation. Looks like they all came together for one last hurrah. Since the town isn't too far away, I was asked to come here and see if you could spare any troops.
I will send all I can, but I fear it will be a scant force.
But surely the Federation will send reinforcements as well.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's sort of got their hands full preparing for the next battle. Honestly, they could barely spare me as a messenger.
I didn't realize Claude could be so cruel.
Hey, it's the truth. This is just bad timing. All the big names are scattered off in one place or another. I mean, take you. You're all the way out here apart from the main force, right?
Still your tongue. I'll have you know I'm here on very important business.
Exactly.
This bickering can wait. We need to mobilize what units we have at once.
We? Wait, you're coming?
Am I unwelcome?
Hey, the more the merrier. Welcome aboard.
I am glad to hear it, for any force would be lucky to have the great Irvin Fritz Gloucester on their side.
Ah, great, like father, like son, just what I didn't like about Lawrence.
My military prowess may not be as renowned as some, but I have bestrode many a battlefield in my day. Sadly, I could not lend much aid during the recent disturbances in Ordelia, but this is my chance to rectify that error.
In that case, we should be off.
I sure hope he knows what he's doing.
Indeed. Alrighty. Xenoblade 2 takes 63.5 hours just to beat the main story. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's about the same estimate I saw for the first Xenoblade. Why does the Golden Deer feel like the more open-minded house? Probably because you've got Claude at the helm, and given everything that Claude talks about. Makes sense to me. Alrighty. So let's give you the best thing we've got. Probably. Yep, probably that right there. And since that I can afford to give you Thyrsus now. Okay, that's literally the worst infantry units we have. Come on. Take these guys. Alright, should I give Shez something to give him the other? Let's see, so he needs to be good against what? Bows? Yes, bows. Okay. That'll do. Come on, we can do better than give you an invasion ring. Let's go with... Yeah, that'll do. Am I happy with Lysithia's abilities? Let's see, Miasma as a basic, and then Dark Spikes for something silly. Yep, that should suffice. Alrighty. Off we go.
The bandits have completely taken over the town.
Then we will just have to take it back, one street at a time. Let us split up and work on capturing each area.
Alright, we've got a bunch of objectives in mind. Okay.
We'll seize every last stronghold. Let's take it down at once.
Let's see. Are you planning on buying a 3DS if you do the 3DS Fire Emblems? I don't think you can do the DLC anymore. Honestly, now that the Nintendo eShop has closed for the platform, I'm used to emulating for some older games because you can't reasonably find a lot of older stuff in stores anymore.
These bandits are no match for nobles such as ourselves.
Yet they also lack the scruples of nobility. We should proceed with caution. You can count on me.
And since that we're at the point where it seems that that is extended to the 3DS, they are more recent games, so it's a bit harder to justify that, but we'll see. If they aren't actually selling them on their own storefront anymore, I mean, it's a gray area. I'm gonna have to think about it a lot as to how I'm gonna proceed for them. May as well take this one down while we're out here.
Slither in the dark here.
Not a problem. I was wondering if we might run into them. Can't say I'm disappointed that we didn't.
Heard a guy completely let loose here. Hope we ain't too late for all the fun.
Oh geez, even more?
More bandits.
You can count on
Also,
me.
I just realized how much damage Lysithia is taking.
Oh.
My turn.
Let us show them that the rule of law still holds strong in Ordelia.
They're actually trying to reclaim the stronghold. Oh, these brigands need a lesson on when to cut their losses and go home.
Do they even have homes? Alright, let's head them off at the pass.
Here it comes! Out of the way!
Let's see. Warning, the Fates translation is borked. Honestly, if I can avoid talking about Fates, I probably will for that reason. Because I already had enough problems with a few localization changes / mistakes within 3 houses. I don't necessarily want to enter that rabbit hole.
It is a noble's duty to protect the common. I told my son he must never forget that.
And he remains dedicated to that ideal. Perhaps a little too dedicated. Let's take it down at once.
One goes down.
Too easy.
Almost.
A magnificent achievement.
Let's see. Ever played Guided in Echoes only? Let's see.
Not a problem.
Let's see. Have I ever played Gaiden or Echoes? I have not.
I had thought perhaps you did not like my father characteristic.
An understandable impression. We did tend to get into heated arguments at the round table. Your father and...
You can count on me.
There we go.
I have strong opinions about how best to protect our own territories and peoples. We are like-minded in that way.
Yes, I see that now.
Actually, wait. I wonder if you'll like getting hit by dark spikes. But I have not had much occasion to play a Gaiden or Echoes, so that is on the list. That is on the list to eventually tackle.
Let's take it down at once.
It's just a matter of time. Well, that's my answer. That's my answer to pretty much every game that I'm not actively playing. It's all in due time. That's probably the best answer I can give for anything. All in due time.
Yeah, not bad.
Eventually I might be able to spin this hobby into a job, but until that day, all in due time. Let's see. You can always play a fan translation of Fates. That is an option.
My turn.
It is always an option to go for a fan translation, although... Problem is, I'm not sure how easily it would be to do that given that entire things were cut. Entire sections.
Rivaled only by that of the king himself.
For better or worse.
Count on me. I'll
take a breather.
I understand that you often quarreled with the other lords at the round table as well.
My quarrels with the other lords were mere petty bickering. Only with your father could I exchange ideas on equal footing.
It's still fun to be had if we can hold this place. So, what?
Is that a challenge? Okay. Oh god. I'm gonna have to send Shez back to deal with that, aren't I?
I won't let you fiends abuse this town for 1 minute more. They've taken the civic building. We must reclaim it with all speed.
Working on it.
Let's take.
Alright, let me shadow slide over to somewhere. This will probably be the easiest to start with.
Get down at once.
Alright.
Watch closely.
This should do for now. Probably should have used my asthma against you. That's okay.
I'm not there yet.
Nice. That looked like a Braxis, actually. Have you ever played Minecraft? Yes, I just haven't had much occasion to play it recently. I remember when it was the big craze back in its day. Oh man, it still is a major phenomenon. It's honestly kind of staggering to see that it still has so much influence, even if it is relatively localized to its own little space.
You can count on me.
Still.
My turn? Yeah. I must say, I've been rather worried about your father. I rarely saw him at the round table since his illness.
Your concern is appreciated. Sadly, I think his long years of overwork have finally caught up with him.
Okay, this is a few too many wyverns for my liking. Come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. I should have made you an archer. Alrighty, knock the rest of them out just to deal with any loose ends. Okay, so Count Gloucester has that one well in hand, so Ches can go over this way. Scythia.
Watch closely.
Actually, wait a minute. Did it just say Count Gloucester's in trouble? Oh, he got knocked down to half. Okay, go help him out now. Stop hitting me, damn it! Okay, you know what? gonna hit the I win button and call it a day.
You can count on me.
Alright, you can run over there.
Take a breather. Here it comes. You're done.
Down. Down you go. Not quite. Oh crap, that actually did a lot.
Well, couldn't hurt.
How we doing? Oh yeah, we're definitely not A-ranking this. No need to be quick then. Wow, damn. I haven't taken way too many hits.
Not a problem. I've got.
Let's see.
You cannot defeat us.
That was close.
Let's see. Hyrule Warriors 1 or Fire Emblem Warriors 1? I'd say Hyrule. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I'm not the biggest fan of either of them. Because, but I first played Fire Emblem Warriors back when I was looking for something to distract me while waiting for 3 Houses to release. Apart from that, though, I haven't done too much with it. I mean, it made for a nice distraction. Did put a decent amount of time into it. But, alright, relatively basic compared to the Diablo-style games I was used to at that point. Even now, by comparison, it's not as complex as I would prefer. And then Hyrule Warriors has more gameplay variety, although the... what's it called? The gameplay between characters is so different that, and it's hard to... well, honestly, there's more variety with Hyrule Warriors, and I think that's the main thing that it has going for it. And there is literal thousands of hours in there if you really want to go full completionist. So, probably Hyrule Warriors. Although I'd say Age of Calamity is the best so far.
Like we've taken back most of the town.
Let's see, thoughts on Skyward Sword?
Not bad at all, my friend. A shame that you were born a mere commoner.
We got nowhere left to run if we lose here. Plant your feet and fight to the death.
Oh boy.
They really think we would let them claim this town?
Let's see, thoughts on Skyward Sword? I have, let's see, the Wii version my family owned is back in my parents' home, so I don't have an easy way of finishing it, and I only got through, I think, the first 2 or 3 hours for whatever reason. I don't know why I never got further in that game. Played the hell out of Twilight Princess, but never finished Skyward Sword.
Cynthia, please be careful. Never face your father should something happen to you.
We'll vanquish our foes.
Let's see. So, I don't have a strong opinion on Skyward Sword as a result of that. I may buy and play through the Switch version if I get time. Motion controls? I have no problem with motion controls.
Appreciated but unnecessary. Our victory here is assured.
Yep, I've got no problem with motion controls. I know people do, yes, I don't.
We've done it!
You did well, Lysithia. Perhaps even better than myself.
Thank you for your assistance.
Not at all. I'm glad the town is safe once more.
Because maybe if I'd grown up with a controller, I'd be more annoyed at motion controls, but... I don't have a problem with them.
I won't let...
Shut up, Shez. Nobody asked you. Ooh, Dark Spike's leveled up.
Glad I haven't been wasting my time.
Ooh. I haven't B-ranked something in a while, though. Damn.
Thank you for your assistance, Count Gloucester.
Not at all. I only wish I could have been of more use. Sadly, my efforts paled in comparison to those of you and your mercenary friend here, Lysithia.
I wouldn't go that far.
Me either. Honestly, I figured you were gonna be dead weight, but you really held your own.
Such impertinence.
But it's a terrible thing to grow old. I hope you never have to do it, either of you.
Oh boy.
But like it or not, I admit I am past my prime. Still, these old bones did what they could.
You were a tremendous help, and I've no doubt my father will feel the same when I inform him.
Please do give him my best, and let him know that we are still the sturdy pillars of Leicester.
Of course.
That said, I am pleased to see your father has such a superlative heir waiting in the wings. Perhaps Count Cordelia might consider stepping down a tad early?
I cannot say.
As leaders, we often butted heads because we had to look out for the interests of our own realms. But once we have both passed on our title, we could simply be friends. And that is something I would greatly look forward to.
I'm sure you do.
That reminds me. You mentioned earlier that you owed him something?
Ah, yes. It's something of a longer tale, but perhaps now is the time to tell it.
Oh?
When you were still quite young, the Empire often saw fit to meddle in House Ordelia's affairs. As I was on the outside looking in, I was never able to discern any of the particulars. But even as a bystander, it was clear that your father's hardships were considerable. Yet, I did nothing. As leader of the pro-imperialist lords at the time, I could little more than stand by and watch.
Your actions are completely understandable. The Empire would have brazenly ignored any protest of their political interference. As such, we had no choice but to endure their tyranny.
It must have been difficult for you as well. Still, I should have spoken out, if nothing else. I owed your father that much.
I see.
I cannot change the past, but I hope I might help your father live out his remaining years in peace. Perhaps we could take tea together sometime. Reminisce on the old days.
I'm certain he would love that.
Tea? Really? That's your grand idea?
Dude, I was not expecting you to be that spicy with it.
Why don't you build him a mansion where he can get old in peace or something?
Still your wagging tongue, churl.
Why do you never speak in that? Oh, so you saved the dramatics for when a noble's around, but in private you're just being a... You know what? Never mind.
No, our friend has a point. Taking tea together is a bit pedestrian, all things considered. For I am Irvin Fritz Gloucester, after all.
Oh man, it never... Oh god, like father, like son. No! 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 Thoughts on Count Gloucester? I don't know what to make of him now. I have no idea what to make of him anymore. Either way. Let's see, may as well just grab supplies, see the support conversations, and then call it a night.
Everything has its use.
Oh wow. Already gotten late my time. Okay. Well, this should be a good point. Thoughts on Lawrence? A bit too stuck up for his own good, but he seems to have his heart in the right place. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and knock out all the support conversations that we've unlocked so far, and then we will call it a night. This way I won't have a massive pile when I get back to this.
Hey there, how's my favorite mercenary?
The enemy's practically on our doorstep, but you're still taking the time to check on me?
Why not? I'll never be too busy to check on you.
Ha ha, very funny. So what, you're just being nice?
Not exactly. You didn't get a chance to learn anything, even after you met Solon, did you?
And that's why you withheld this conversation.
Yeah, we never got closure after our fight against those who slither in the dark. But now we have to turn our attention to the Central Church. I figured even you might have trouble moving on from that one.
I'll be honest, I can't stop thinking about it. Who am I, really? It's like the answer is dangling right in front of me, but I just can't reach it.
I'm sorry. I wish I could do more to help you with that.
Don't apologize. It's clear what the priority is right now, even to me. We need to put an end to the church as soon as possible so we can end this war.
You're right. The longer Folded remains in turmoil, the more likely it is they'll try something again. We need this war to be over so we're not left vulnerable.
And that means more work for you. I'm fine, see? Now go be important.
All right, all right. But one more thing before I go. This war is going to end, but our fight with those who slither in the dark won't be over when it does. As long as they keep plotting, we'll keep going after them. I'll need your help with that from here on out. Got it?
Of course. You can count on me.
It means steady work, so of course he'd go along.
And if it so happens that we do eventually find out who you really are, just know that you'll still be the same person to me. You'll always be you. Remember that.
Thanks, Claude. Same goes for you. Whether you're the leader of the Lester Alliance, the King, or even the Almiran...
Oh, keep it down. We're not talking about that part yet.
Oh boy. Too bad. I'm gonna mention it anyway because I'm a silly mercenary, apparently. Oh man. There's always something, ain't there? Alrighty, so do you have any others beside this one? Nope. Alrighty, let's get to it. Wait, you and Dorothea have conversations? Oh boy.
I think this goes here.
Hello, Hilda. I see you're organizing the gear again?
Not such a rare sight anymore, is it?
Sadly for me, no.
Why? Sad you lost a fellow lazy bones?
Just so.
Wait, really?
Why are you surprised?
Yes, but actually explaining it in detail will take far too much effort, so let's just leave it at that.
Okay, now I'm extra curious. I know all about your dirty secret, you know. About how you actually take charge and work when there's no one else to step up? So why do you keep playing the I'm so lazy card all the time?
Bitch, please! That's you in a nutshell!
I thought you of all people would understand this, Hilda. After all, are we not peers who work only when absolutely necessary? Even when you push your own work on someone else, you do so only after carefully assessing their situation.
I told you I don't push work on people. I mean, sure, maybe I maneuver myself so they end up asking to help, at which point I leap at the offer, but I never actually ask.
That's just the same thing with extra steps.
But I suppose you're right that I always assess the situation first.
Previously, I said you and I would never be able to reach common ground, but now I see that I was mistaken.
You're sure quick to change your mind when it suits you.
I merely find it unfortunate seeing you working as you are now, when before you only ever did what was strictly necessary. If you've taken up the mantle of doing unnecessary work, it leaves me looking like the only idler.
And?
As such, I will offer you my assistance. Let's hurry up and finish here so we can rest that much sooner.
Wait, but why?
Just as I told you. It won't do me any good to be the only one not working around here.
Oh boy.
Still not following.
I've grown terribly tired of talking. Must I explain?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna force you to explain, but I sure wish you would.
Oh, very well. But only because it benefits all parties involved. If you split your work with me, the work becomes easier. And by doing this easy work, I can then avoid being defamed as a common bed slug. If the pair of us both work a little more than before, things become easier for everyone. So let's both work hard together. A little.
Alright. I mean, I guess that's good. Although I feel kind of like I'm being tricked somehow, so I'm not exactly happy about the whole deal.
Yes, yes. Let's just get this done already so I can return to a life of ease. I'm already sleeping.
Of course. Welp. Alright, what else remains? Oh, so these two conversations. Nice. Knock this one off the list.
There you are, Ignatz.
Oh, Lawrence! I find the beauty of this place to be so relaxing, don't you?
Yes, I must wholeheartedly agree. It is marvelous. As are you. Not only are you a knight of House Gloucester, you have even taken on the role of a general within this army. To be honest, when first we met, I could not see you as anything more than a mere merchant's child, who happened to be gifted with a better eye than most.
That's probably all I really looked like back then.
But now, you've grown so capable that I regularly mistake you for someone else entirely.
That's nice of you to say. But I still have a long way to go before I'm where I want to be.
Do you remember your time working as a knight in my territory? Back before the war began? Compared to then, you are practically brimming with life now, especially as we march from locale to locale.
You really think I'm that different?
I always thought you not fond of battle, hence why I find this reversal so very puzzling.
Well, it's because... I confess, I've been painting. Whenever I've had the free time during our marches, that is.
Why would you need to hide it?
Is that so?
Yes. There are so many places in Fodlan just like this one, with the most incredible views. I simply can't help but put them down on paper because, well, I want them to stay with me forever. Maybe that's why I've been looking so alive lately. You certainly see straight through me, in any case.
What has you looking glum?
I am sorry, Ignatz.
Huh? About what?
I granted you a position as my knight because I thought it to your benefit. But I see now that your heart lays somewhere else entirely. Hearing you talk about art with such passion, such fervor, it fills me with regret.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. If anything, I should be thanking you, Lawrence.
You should? What have I done to earn your gratitude?
When the Officers' Academy shut down, I was lost, deprived of my purpose in life. But then you came and offered me the job as a knight. Everything I experienced in that role has given my life new color. One I don't think I could do without.
I see.
So no matter how I live, no matter what I paint, there will always be that one hue that reflects my duty as a knight of House Gloucester. That will never disappear, and I couldn't be prouder that it's there.
Are you I don't know if Lawrence is going to be convinced by that. I'm not sure I'm convinced by that, honestly.
I too am proud, Ignatz. Proud to call you a knight of my house. And a friend.
Wait, who are you and what have you done with Lawrence? I feel like I've been saying who are you and what have you done with X for a long time now. Alright. Almost there.
Phew. Guess that's good enough for today.
Leonie, I should have known it was you making all this racket so deep into the night.
Oh, hey Lawrence. Yeah, I usually get an extra session or two in by myself after everyone else finishes their drills. A good mercenary is always ready for battle, you know. There's no telling when one might break out.
So even your mind is as sharp as a blade. Come to think of it, I was relieved to hear you had become a mercenary. And yet, pangs of guilt clawed at my heart.
Huh? Why? What's that got to do with you?
Quite a bit, if I may be frank. Your home, Son, sits nestled firmly within House Gloucester territory. Embarrassing as it may be to admit, I hadn't entirely realized that fact when we began at the Officers' Academy. But once the school shut down, I began to wonder what became of the students who hailed from our lands. I couldn't help but investigate further.
Uh-huh. And that's when you found out where I was from. What I'd been through.
Yes. As the heir to House Gloucester, it is my natural-born duty to concern myself with the well-being of my citizens.
So it led you to looking up exactly what's been going on in her territory, what with the poaching and the need to recruit Gerald's mercenaries to deal with it.
It must have been difficult indeed, scrounging up the funds required to attend Garrick Mock. I would hate for someone who has already been through so much to suffer any further hardship.
Well, some of the money we paid the church got back to us when the academy closed, at least. That's pretty much it. Not an ounce of help finding a job. And definitely nothing from the Count. So I started training, sharpening my skills as a mercenary. The rest was luck.
I am truly sorry, Leonie. Allow me to apologize personally, both as your former classmate and as a noble in my father's stead.
Stop that. It's not your fault. I chose to leave my village. I'm the one who decided to try and make it on my own. And I would have been protected by the nobility if I'd stayed in the village, right? But that's not the path I picked. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if more commoners start making decisions for themselves someday.
You mean to say the nobility will become obsolete?
That's not what I said. There are plenty of people out there who still depend on you for protection. That's not gonna change.
What are you saying?
At the same time, I don't think you could keep every commoner safe even if you wanted to. The time we're living through is proof enough of that. So I'm sure you'll get plenty more people who make the exact same choice I did. Probably not for a while, though.
An era of change at the heart of the nobility. Commoners that are no longer content with just being commoners.
What has you pondering? Although, to be fair, well, let's see, this is only going to be, so that one's probably going to be more contemplative in nature anyway, so that makes sense. Very different tact from how things turned out last time, but either way.
Oh, I've really done it this time.
Wait, you're actually admitting that you went too far on something? Who are you?
Well, if it isn't Balthus. What's wrong? That was a legendary sigh.
Yuri, pal! Hear me out for a sec, will ya? There were these mercs, and I may have made a bet with them.
Of course.
Yeah, you lost, I get it. But we've got bigger issues to discuss.
Must be a pretty big deal if it's more important than me losing my dinner to those mercs.
Wait, that's it?
It's come to my attention that one of my business associates is looking for a certain giant broke fool.
What? That's it? I'll just break him in half, and then we can move on with our lives. Not a problem.
I figured you'd say that, which is exactly why I came to tell you not to. See, this particular associate hires out quite a few of my people. I can't have a bruiser like you turning them into corpses.
Can't I just rough him up enough to get him off my back? A few broken bones never killed anyone.
Yeah, but that can leave lasting injuries.
Come now. You know there's no way I'd let you get away with that. I'd use every last one of my contacts to make sure you never win another bet for the rest of your life.
Whoa, cut a guy a break, would ya? I wouldn't put it past you to actually follow through.
Yeah, he would follow through. Did you hear that menace in his voice?
I take it we've reached an understanding then. I suggest you lay low until things blow over. Clear? Even after all this time, your ability to enrage people still manages to astound me.
Hey, it's not as bad as it used to be. The price on my head's never been lower.
At one point it was 0, though.
On the flip side, the price for my skills has only gone up. I've been making money hand over fist as a mercenary. But the stakes keep getting higher and higher, so my pockets remain as empty as ever.
I can't help but sigh in disappointment listening to you talk. You're seriously lucky I'm not happy, or you'd be neck deep in monsters.
Alright, I hear ya. But enough about me. What have you been getting up to since you left Abyss?
Oh, I just went back to my old gang. They were my home before the Officers Academy, after all. But I still had to take on some mercenary work to keep my people fed and things running smoothly. It's been a rough couple of years, and thanks to that, my once stunning physique has been spoiled by all this muscle.
Are you really sure that that's the worst thing that happened to you?
Really? You still look pretty scrawny to me. Your skill with the blades improved, though, that's for sure.
Well, when you're forced to fight, you either improve or you die. Still, I've got nothing on you. You practically live for a good brawl, after all.
These fists have never let me down. No matter the enemy, I'm always the one who walks away. Say, Yuri, I just had a brilliant idea.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling I'm going to regret asking. But sure, let's hear it.
If this associate of yours doesn't catch me, you and your underlings are gonna have to take responsibility, right?
Most likely. I knew what I was getting into when I told you to back down. I've made my peace.
Yeah? Well, I'm not about to leave my buddy Yuri holding the bag while I sit on my hands.
Balthus?
So, to make things fair, let's have ourselves a little wager to decide which of us is gonna take the fall.
What?
That way, if you lose fair and square, it'll give you an out, yeah? You'll have no other choice but to take your goons back from that client, and they won't get pummeled by yours truly. Problem solved.
Hypothetically, if I were to take this bet, what happens if you lose?
I'll do what I always do. take my shirt off, jump out in front of them, and run away as they look on in awe.
What?
This is what I get for trying to help. You love taking off your clothes almost as much as you do gambling. No wonder your pockets are always empty.
I have so many questions. I have so many questions, and that's as far as those conversations go? Oh, come on. Why are you holding me in suspense? Why? Why? Do you even have any support in this route? What? How did I miss that one? Huh. Here I am working on pretty much everything else, and somehow that one slips through? Okay, then. Yeah, I didn't have that on my list of ones to eventually hit before things get crazy. Because I'm pretty sure there's a hard cutoff once that we bring hell to the church. I'm gonna have a lot to do before the next one. Well, worst case scenario, I'll just make Thursday the Metroid Dread day to give me time to deal with all these supports. Either way, that's where we'll call it for tonight. So, anything else I need to worry about yet? Let's see. Nope, looks like we're good. Alrighty then, we'll call it a night here. So, given that it'll likely take me a few days that I probably won't have to grind up to where I need to be for next time, although to be fair, because grinding up for what's required is fairly easy for me on a Sunday, and especially yesterday, well, over the last couple of days, Friday and Saturday, since that I didn't have too much to worry about on those days, but this time, since that I suspect that there's a hard cutoff for support conversations, or at least should be a hard cutoff at some point, I suspect I'll need to throw a decent amount of time into grinding this time. So, since I'm already not likely to stream on Saturday anyway, I'll probably swap the Thursday stream for Metroid instead. I will announce on the Discord whatever my plans end up being as they happen, so with any luck there won't be too much of a disturbance as a result of what I've got planned for Saturday, but either way, should be a fun time no matter what. So, I'll go ahead and do the grinding required to get these supports up, and then with any luck, it'll be a fun time once that we jump back in. A lot of conversations that need to be seen to though, so either way, that's where we'll call it. For now, thank you all for watching. Hope this was entertaining for you, even if it was a relatively straightforward session, and I'll see you all later.